Yeah, of course. What's going on? Yeah, I got rugged. Might get rugged again. I'm not gonna get rugged from the spirit. It is what it is. Just be careful out there, y'all, in this seedy crypto space, especially on Pulse Chain. Just be careful. You got grifters who argue with one another on who's gonna grift who's gonna grift the quickest and the best. I've heard it on the spaces. Is that ridiculous? Is that ridiculous? People arguing on who's gonna grift who the best, who can grift the and get the most, how fast. It's just it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You know, world's largest airdrop became the world's largest big flop, became the world's largest flip flop. Big flop, like crazy dude just peeing right there by his car, like in the middle of a parking lot. Everybody walking around, nobody cares. But that's what your man's doing, peeing on everybody's head and telling people it's rain, trying to save the folks, trying to save, trying to save people, huh? He's saving himself. That's all. So you want to save your reputation. You want people to believe in a dream, false hope and fantasy. You know, you want people to believe in some kind of dream so they could keep coming back, keep buying, right? Keep investing for years to come. But right now, nah. The brand, the brand is damaged. The brand is too much associated with dude that's just like destroying whatever he tried to build and keeps trying to build. Like you again, he's Trey from Boys in the Hood when Trey was just launching punches, punching the air. That's your man's. Seriously. But to blame himself. Have to blame himself for that. Real talk. Have to blame himself for that. Nobody did that. People bought. Yeah, people gonna sell too. But people really selling because people are upset. People could need the money as well. Always will. But folks are pissed off with great reason too. Pissed off. Like, people ask questions, people will present information in a way to really challenge everything he's done or certain things he's done that he's all of a sudden you just switched it all the way around. You flipped it all the way around and he'll block you. But you raised 600 million for a chain that represents freedom of speech. But they'll tell you, oh, you crying. What's the crying gonna do? What's the lying gonna do, bro? What's the contradiction gonna do? Lose favor, lose trust, lose confidence, lose morale. Like, it is what it is, man. But when you part of a cult, I don't know, because it's like it's whatever. But you're looking at certain situations take place, and people want to make excuses for questionable behavior from somebody who has no problems disrespecting the community, insulting the community that gave him relevance, the community that gave him $1.6 billion. I don't care if you say it wasn't him. That money was sacrificed to some addresses. No, they gave him. Oh, what who reduced the emissions of ink in the farms? Oh, right. Some un, unknown entity. No, it was him who staked the majority of the hex bags, majority, 15 years out. An unknown entity. No, it was him. Stop the cap. Stop the lying. Everybody knows it was him. That's the game. And this is the thing. If you understand that, if you understand like that's him, why can't you accept everything else that's been questionable by him? Like, why can't you just connect that and say, "Oh yeah, yeah." It's dude, DJ and Dougie, Bong Bong in the building. What's up, man? Gandhi G. See y'all. I see y'all. Yeah, man. Like these people. I tell you, man. I tell you, these this is crazy. It's crazy. Launching the sacrifice. Meanwhile, the first two performed like garbage. The first two sacrifices didn't help people become whole. Didn't make people whole. And if the people, like I said just now, before I got, rudely interrupted by the internet intermediaries, if you didn't launch a sacrifice, if you didn't launch some grift coins after grift coins, trash, if you didn't conspire to just rug people, be an influencer, support coins that come in your likeness, and then you rug the coins. If you didn't do any of that weird shit, raise donations, amicus brief, blah blah blah, and donations and donations to fund your lifestyle, ride the coattails of whatever going on, leveraging your weak ass popularity, doing wicked, deplorable shit. If you didn't do any of that to make money, you dead in the water. Like, as far as like you're not winning, you're losing. You're losing. That's the truth. Like I said, it's the truth. So prove X. Okay, prove X. Now you're gonna prove that you could pump a coin, another coin, multiples of X's, but you couldn't do it with your chain, and you couldn't do it with the coins that burst you. You couldn't do it again. Why not? Oh, because the macro is down, everything down. ETH is not performing. No, no, no. It's yeah, but it's more than that. It's more than just that. Oh, the whole entire crypto is down, cryptocurrency down, this and that's why I couldn't. Yeah, say that if you want. If you want, lie to yourself. You didn't accept the fact that there was manipulation that took place with the first 10,000x. Folks don't want to accept that. They don't want to accept the manipulation that was taking place for the thing to go 10,000x in the first place. Realize you can't do that shit again because you got too much going on. Too much was sent to you. You got $1.6 billion worth of too much that went on. Can't multiply that 10,000. How you gonna do that? Or you're gonna do your tricks with the low liquidity, because once a low, everything start low, you can inject it real fast, you can inject it real high, inject money, and the prices will just soar. And this is what happened, and this is what you call Hart's law, because bonded liquidity and coins bonded and paired and all this. Yeah, do it again. That's what you're gonna have to try to do that shit again with Prove X. That's not new technology. It's just another way to escape through the pain of being a failure. It's just another attempt to escape his miserable fail to save his reputation. Because right now, like he already told you, like the next is something about some December 2nd. Okay, cool. And then January 3rd. So he pushed it to the next year. He just had to do, he just did that. And like I said, to align with like crypto heads and anniversary dates and relevance and what those dates symbolize and blah 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 to appeal your sensibilities. Meanwhile, this dude is crazy and weird. But he's just indirectly saying, yo, he bent the knee, take this loss. People don't like you. People don't fuck with you. Whatever weird pump this was, as far as a bull market, whatever cycle this was, he couldn't, his chain couldn't participate. Failure, according to his standards, right? Anything else that performed even close to what his has done within a 2.5 year period would be considered trash, according to his standards. But conveniently, doesn't want to address any of that and talk to people about some marketing campaign with some fucking tablets that nobody gives a shit about. And now, a third sacrifice after your first two was trash. So people are gonna just gamble with the third, hoping that they could become whole from the first two and the third. It's just gambling, like I said already, bro. It's just gambling. DJ Cryptomatic says, "Let's build with the people." Cryptomatic, yeah, DJ Cryptomatic, marketer upon marketer, just tirelessly works, promotes, markets, streams, tirelessly for years, for a minimum of 5 years, yo. Hasn't stopped. But by himself, with the music streams on set every week, multiple times during the week. Like certain things like that are not highlighted. Like I'm the only one who's ever even said it and publicly acknowledged that. And how sad is that? He been in the community longer than me. That's for real. I don't see his peers supporting him in his streams like that, openly, publicly saying, "Yo, no, this guy been putting in work for years, been an avid, staunch supporter of everything RH and Hex, everything, like to this day." His peers don't support that. What they support is opportunity to bull post by being intellectually dishonest and talk about how everything is great and we need to be happy and think long term. That's what his peers would do. His peers. Tell people who do raise legitimate concerns, they would parrot what the weird founder will say and talk about, oh, they cry fagging, they're whining, block them, and all that. This is what Cryptomatic's peers would do. Where's the leadership? Real leadership, sound leadership, righteous leadership. It's absent. Because I could see somebody like Cryptomatic look at them and be like, yo, put your hands in the air, like, yo, what's going on? What's happening here? What's taking place? Like, what are y'all doing? Like, and he's not even doing it. He's done it for 5 years and keeps on doing it. So it's not even a thing about adoration and recognition. He feel in his heart, and sorry, Cryptomatic, like, I feel like I'm talking about you, but I am, but it's out of respect. Like, he feel in his heart he's doing the right thing. So you think he gets support? Why doesn't his peers really rally behind, good effort, great effort? Makes you wonder if you're not a part, I'm telling you, if you're not a part of the go along, get along, weirdo grifting gang, then it don't matter what work you do. Even though you're supposed to be contributing, right? You thinking you're doing good effort, you're doing great work, but if you're not really a part of the go along, get along, the in crowd, the cabal, all that the exclusive insider nonsense trash that the community has identified some of these people to be because of the way they operate, then everything that you do doesn't matter. Look how they just ghost Identity Block. They just ghost that guy. Another person who's been here damn near longer than all of us put together. They talk about foundations. They never acknowledge his foundation. The first ones have done a foundation in honor and in recognition of the chain. And people talk about all kinds of foundations, this foundation, that foundation, blah, 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 raise funds, whatever. Never give him any acknowledgement. Do talk about crypto taxes at length. Talks about legislation, laws changing, different updates upon updates weekly on his YouTube. Very little respect and very little recognition was given to that guy. Yo. I don't care if you have to agree with the dude or not, but you putting in work. You could tell putting in work, and not for the clout, not for popularity. It's just because. Just because. You're hearing about this guy telling you about a 501c3. You want to donate a cargo van for a 501c3, such and such, such and such. In other words, nonprofit type of organization, this and that. Meanwhile, Identity Block put out the foundation. Couldn't that be rallied behind the foundation? But why? Because he did it, so it don't matter because he's not a part of the, right? The cabal, the go along, get along, he's not a part of that. It's the fake shit you find over here, y'all. God's child too, just completely isolated in a sense where you just misunderstood. I get all that, but it's middle finger to all of that. For all the non-believers and the fake, individuals, they're not about anything pure and genuine. That's them over there. That's them. You see what they're about. You see what they're about. So when you say Cryptomatic, let's build with the people. I mean, like, how much more building can you do with the people? How much more building? You've been building with your time, that we can't reclaim. We don't have control over. And definitely time equates to money that none of us get paid to do what we do or what we've done. And it's okay because it's just for the love because of something you feel like deserves the attention, deserves to the message to be delivered to across the world, you're thinking you're doing something righteous. You're thinking you're doing something that's necessary, that's needed. Spreading information, this and that. How you keep building for people? How, I mean, like, people need to seek you. Why you got to be the one talk about? We need to keep building with the people. How? How you the one asking that or saying that? When you got widows that profess to do that, but they don't align with what you have going on. I don't need. I don't. I mean, I just go by observation. No one has to tell me anything. I just go by observation. I pay attention to certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. 6 years, right? Constant marketing, promotion, this and that and this. The entire community. There are people that haven't stopped. Like this gentleman that I talked about hasn't stopped since he started. Educated me and told me, yo, 5+ years doing that. These people can't. These people are so off point, so disconnected with basic shit. They can't even give out. Like, if you want to be creative, be like, yo, we're gonna do. We're gonna give out like some streaming awards. Make it be about something. Make it be about something fun. Yo, we're gonna give out, whatever post chain streaming awards to the streamer that has done this, whatever categories, whether it's like serious content, whether it's comedic content, whether it's musical content, whether it's just spaces, whether it's just none of these weirdos even could even think outside the box and do some shit like that within the marketing thing of a marketing and just keep reinventing some shit. They can't even do that. But they could conspire and plan and scheme on how they're gonna take your money. Oh yeah, that's not a problem because that's all it's been about. Not about fostering real, genuine attachments and really building and forging real relationships that could last, right, for generations. No, it's not about that. It's about get to this bag right now, quickly, and thank you very much. And let's see if we could do it again. Under the guise of a founder who's lost, literally lost in the sauce. Literally lost in the sauce, has done errors, and it's okay. That's how you learn from mistakes, from making mistakes. But he's too damn conceited and self-absorbed. He blocks his own blessings. He's a perfect example of standing in his own way. Where if you tell him certain things and he don't like, he's gonna block you. Very infantile and immature. That's a leader, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah, you're welcome, man. Cryptomatic. Cryptomatic. You're welcome, man. You putting in work, because you're doing something that's from your heart. Pun intended, like really from your heart. Like me, I stream for because I enjoy it, man. And I was talking about this stuff because I really enjoyed what I was talking about and believed in something that I thought it was. Meanwhile, I'm watching certain things unfold, and I'm like, T-Share is still T-Share. T-Share is still gonna work, but I don't see people buying it. I don't see people really supporting it. I'm looking at certain things take place about some T-Share. The dude sabotaged the whole EHEX PHEX. Yo, see your chain. What are you doing? What the hell going on? You disappear, huh? You disrespecting your community. You got weird allegations. Some tax evasion. What's wrong with this cheap motherfucker? Huh? You can't make people whole who spent $1.6 billion on your sacrificed dreams. So you're gonna issue a third dream. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. A third dream, a third set of promises. This is, I don't care if that coin goes up 10,000x. You're gonna know what it's about when it does, if it ever does. You're gonna see what it's about. You couldn't make your blockchain go up 10,000x. You couldn't make your DEX coin go up 10,000x, but you're gonna make your Proof X go 10,000x. Why? Because why? Why? Because you needed people to just gamble with the situation, or for you to just basically in a stealth way sacrifice for your own coins, pretend like it's a community doing it, or speculate upon whatever. You raise a certain amount of money, because I'm pretty sure you're not going to raise $1.6 billion for this Proof X. So let's say you barely get 100 mil, which is a bag. So now it's going to be easier to pump that John than something that you got $1.6 billion for, because you all about magical tricks. Come on, bro. Magical tricks. Oh yeah, because he's secretly gonna do this, and secretly gonna do that for this and that for the pulse chain, and then of course secretly gas yourselves up into believing some stuff. Just say you gambling. You struck out for the first time. Again, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. You had people, but he bought into the whole, like, not bought, but told people, oh, quickest airdrop, best free airdrop, world largest airdrop. Like I said, it was a flip flop. It's a world's biggest flop as far as crypto, as far as airdrop. That shit wasn't successful. People got their coins they sacrificed for, sure. But you want to talk about did other communities bridge in? Oh yeah, airdrop, get your free airdrop. World's largest airdrop. The best performing PRC20 was PDI. Clown. That you said how well it performed. You told the world in January 2025 this year how well PDI performed. Your best performing PRC20. And 2 months later, oh, you don't want to be associated with PDI. No, 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 no. PDI mint function extractor Viet Dong extractor. You guys are idiots. Don't you know the flaws that's with PDI? Were you not an idiot 2 months prior though? Lying piece of garbage, bro. That's what he is, man. Lying piece of caca. You telling the world's largest airdrop, and issue a tweet talk about most of the airdrops are worthless. So your whole gimmick of the world largest airdrop is a fail. Is a fail. A failure. You talking about, oh, world, come get your world's largest airdrop. Remember when he was plastering coins on Twitter earlier this year? Yeah, before P dive debacle. P Link, PWBTC, Piave, all these coins. Oh yeah, come get your free copy. Yeah, plastering them. Then a couple months later, oh, they're virtually worthless. January 2024, you issued a tweet again appealing to Ethereum bros and people, letting them know airdrop took place. There's a free airdrop, PRC20. By the way, one of the PRC20s went up 5,000x. At that point, it was like 6, 7 month period. It went up 5,000x. You know what coin he was talking about, right? He didn't say it, but at that point, it was PDI that went up 5,000x. And up to that point, there were coins that went up 1,000,000x on his chain. Up to that point. that weren't his core coins, that outperformed his core effing coins. So you gassed up by not talking about how you really not, no one really knew the position until you started really tweeting about P Dot. No one really knew his position on it, right? You all you could do is speculate and guesstimate. People doing analysis, people doing streams, building Telegram groups around surrounding it, all of P Dot and everything related to it, attaching his name to certain wallets and movements and make a DAO and all this stuff going on. No one really definitively knew where he stood with it. But they saw, oh, January 24th, damn, he issued a tweet. 5,000 XP dot went up. Interesting. Okay. Then throughout the year, a couple more tweets. All the way up to 25. January. P dot went up 2.2 billion%. Then the motherfucker embarrassed himself, shot himself in the foot, and had to recant by issuing 30 tweets going against P dot. Who's gonna believe you? What kind of leader is that? The motherfucker is not equipped. He's not equipped, well equipped for the, you know what I'm saying? He bit off more than he can chew. What the hell type time you talking about? And no one cares about Vitalik dumping Ethereum. He known for that. Who cares? Ethereum is still gonna do what Ethereum does. Ethereum's brand overshadows everything else. Ethereum spawned all these blockchain babies. Ethereum birthed all these blockchain babies. There's not no post-chain virtual machine shit going on. There's not no Solana virtual machine shit going on. Hell, it's not no Binance virtual machine shit going on. Anything virtual machine is set by the originator, not the duplicator, not the copy, but the originator. Ethereum. The fuck did Phantom do this year? Y'all were glazing Sonic so bad. Yo, Sonic this, Sonic that. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. How's it looking right now? The beginning of the year, people were just like, yo, speculate. That's why I don't fuck with these influencers on this crypto shit. Y'all gotta watch. I'm telling y'all, man, a certain narrative still has not changed. A lot of people, man, all they do is talk. They talk that shit, and you believe them, and then you go do what they telling you. They're not giving you financial advice to do, and you end up losing. And that influencer, if it wasn't for that influencer, you wouldn't have known anything. That's the shit I don't like about streaming about these things. The accountability. You know how many streams I was watching the end of last year, the beginning of this year, streamers in the community so all favorable about post-chain, this and that, and then we'll tell you about other blockchains and how well the other blockchains performing. And how, yo, this shit is new, this shit is exciting. Look at Sui, some Sui. Sui turned out to be Poo-wee. Poo-wee. Poo-poo-wee. Some Sonic. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sonic, or used to be Phantom, or Phantom used to be Sonic. Nobody cares. Mix and Logie. I see y'all. Peace, peace, peace. Some Sonic and Sui and all these Poo-wee. Some bass. The people. But what's crazy when we're talking about base, I'm hearing this whole shit with ProveX. Base already got that. This whole shit about ProveX being new, blase blah, we knew it was not new, but oh, this new sacrifice though. It's another one under this dude's belt. Weirdo. About zero knowledge P2P, zero knowledge proof and this and that and this and that. No one cares. Yeah, yeah, zero knowledge. You know, you got the developers on deck and the analyzers on deck. The people who know about know and want to share this and that and this. Base already took the lead on that. Already, you know, it's already operating on base. You sacrifice it for some shit that already exists somewhere. Talking about some no middleman. What difference is what little nuance you gonna add to it to nuance? No, it's a nuance to extract your money nuance. That's the nuance. Let me figure out a new way to take your money. It's not your money. We're building with the people. I'm building here right now with the people. Like, yo, wake up. That's the build. See what's in front of you and take it for what it is. Like really. Take it for what it is, for what's in front of you. Like, we're building. Building awareness. Because I don't develop. Building awareness. Like everybody can do whatever they want, right? Everybody could do whatever they want. But at least be aware. Be somewhat informed. And then you make the best decisions that work for you. Pure and simple. You know? I would have liked it. And still want, not even wish, but I want everyone who deserves to be made whole and then some. Who've been like really sticking around, you know, like who haven't given up in a way, who have given up not just for the sake of believing, but for the sake of you choosing to, stick around and do you deserve not only to be made whole, but you deserve more on top of that. Because this shit right here, deplorable, deplorable, absolute deplored, absolute disrespectful, disgusting. You got coins that went up because they were bonded to the fucking P die, right? Coins on the chain that went up, that built their popularity, built their community, right? For whatever technology they introduce or new contract or whatever operations they introduce, bonded to P die. When P die did very well, they did well. And now they're struggling for relevance. Struggling. It's messed up. People still on the chain trying to do good work. Then you're dealing with scumbags who consistently steal and steal and steal and damn near, and not even damn near, they show off on the spaces doing it too, man. We'll talk about it. Good for nothing trash, scum of the earth. You would think the leader of this sham of a community, post chain community, would at some point care enough during all this shit going on, this weirdo shit he been doing, to keep up some of the same energy that he had, where you denounce scammers. He stopped doing that. Not only did he stop doing that by denouncing certain shit that take place crypto wide, but he definitely not even doing it on his chain with the bullshit that been happening on his own fucking chain by his own community people that he's also supported. You can't even denounce them and say, hey, listen, man, you pieces of shit need to stop, or stop supporting these motherfuckers that's taking your money. He don't even care to do that anymore. Your founder don't even care to call out scammers, or at least scamming behaviors on his own chain. He don't even care to do that. I've even heard and read some of the scammers, one of them in particular, give him advice on Twitter in literary form. Give him advice and criticize him on how crazy he looks being on the run, being in hiding, and how he needs to do better as a leader. The fucking scammer criticize him on X. The shit, yo, you can't make this up, yo. And the scammer raised great points. The scammer even identified himself as a felon. The scammer who criticized Richard on Twitter, on X, in literary form, in a post, identified himself as a felon. Not even, I think he didn't even say an ex-felon. Like this is the time he's on. This is what he does. Giving this motherfucker advice. You know where they do that at? On Pulse Chain. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Nasty. This motherfucker got all this bread and talk about you don't want another sacrifice. Like you can't. You right? Like stop. He lost his mind, yo. Lost his mind. People want to know if he's alive. Because shit look dumb. Shit look crazy. It looks ridiculous. You know? Even Wales Only, I saw recently, was like, yo, dude, you gotta realize some shit. Talking to the founder, like responding to a tweet the founder wrote. Wales Only was like, yo, man, you know where to find me. If you really want to win, you know where to find me. In such and such, such and such. That was the end of the post. It was a short post, but he told him, look, you're not realizing some shit. Like, he told the founder, he was like, yo, what you're not understanding is X, Y, and Z. If you really want to win, a quote that he quoting himself, responding to RH, if you really want to win, you know where to find me. Implying that dude's been losing. You see, you can't, and this is Wales, like Wales Only, right? Streamer, right? Used to post a lot, but used to stream more panels, this and that, Quant Gang, all that. Stream for himself on his own channel, charts after charts after charts, right? Support everything, tokenomics, T-share mechanics, charts after charts after charts, after charts after charts, and then more charts. It's him. Whether you agreed with him or not, but that's him. He even said that. So like, yo, what you're failing to realize, meanwhile, there's some misunderstanding, gross misunderstanding miscalculation RH is experiencing. In saying that, what you're failing to realize, that's what that implies. And also, if you want to win, implying that dude is losing. If you want to win, you know where to find me. Because because shit ain't looking like anybody winning nothing. And that's the truth. So I quote posted that, John. I was like, damn, son. I was like, dude. ENJ Dub. What's up, man? He said, who else is excited for that Hex Oh, shoot. I didn't even know another one was coming up. You see how insufferable people are? But this is part of the whole situation. Like, things like that are not going to stop. That's how you keep the cult going. The cult hive mindset. You keep people, after a while they become programmed. It's just like, even though they know the shit crazy, they're going to still tune in. They're going to still look forward to some shit like that. Because it's years of programming. Instead of, being programmed to really like engender great habits that really promote good health, living well, eating right, taking care of yourself, being productive, right? This internet shit engineered people in a certain way where if you hear, oh, there's going to be a Hex conference, they got to tap in. Meanwhile, they know shit is garbage. They got to tap in. But tap in for what? To understand L's, to understand losses, to be lied to listen to a bunch of people talk shit, circle jerk, deception, deception, illusion, illusion, lies, lies, left and right, hope, 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 bull posting, bullshit. Show people the fucking money. But you know your man's not gonna do that. But shout out to you, ENJ Dub. I had no idea that was taking place. I had no idea. Oh wow. Yeah, the community's favorite. I know, right? Crazy. Sad, man. Like, sad what things have been reduced to and what things have come to, like, damn, homie. And nice, what's up, man, homie? Damn. How can I chat to you live? Bob Hunter. I would have to drop a link. And I'm not doing that right now. That's how you do it though. Yeah, man. In high school, you was the man, homie. I got better than you. Like, how can you build with the people? Build with the people. Like, you gotta have good reasons to build with the people, man. Like, it's like, yo, like, show them a good reason. Like, because if you look at the last 4 years, you're not watching any good reasons to be building with some people, bro. I'm not getting at you, Cryptomatic. I'm just saying in general, like, because this is what somewhat of the purpose of even streaming is for, right? To engage, connect, align, right? With new people too. I get that. But how do you get people interested if all you got is just bad news? I mean, really, like, I remember, like, naturally on some 2017, anybody who talked to you about a coin, if you were in the know, you go check out that coin. The first thing you would see, price of the coin, and if you want to peruse more, you would look through the charts. You will look at the charts of the coins, and that would even show you even more reason, like to gas you up, give you a hit of dopamine, especially if you see the coin going up. You're like, oh shit, damn, you got to catch that train. That's why you hear people talk about people love buying green candles, because you want to feel like you caught something and you're not missing out. And then the obverse is also true, where you want to leave that shit alone if that shit has just been down and to the right for a long period of time. You're like, oh no, this shit dead in the water. What am I gonna be excited about this for? You know, all this is gonna happen right now because we just talking to each other. This is echo chamber shit, and it's gonna be echo chamber for a while. You know, until some people, I already heard motherfuckers talking about, yo, taking over the shit. I don't know how you're gonna take over this when the dude got 90%, 95% of everything. How are you taking anything over? Forking and all this extra stuff, because it's gonna be like this for a while. Like he really put himself in a bad situation. He put himself in a bad situation, man. Even with Hex, like you can't even talk about it in good faith to new people, to tell them, yo, lock this shit up, and you know it's gonna be what's gonna be. Spread that same message that motherfucker's been talking for years. And yo, it's gonna be all this APY. You're not even what APY. What's the APY looking at today? What's the APY looking at today? Bob Hunter, appreciate that. Salute, man. Salute, salute. I appreciate that. You remember a time when folk talk to one another? I hear you. I remember that time too. You know, folks still do, but you know, that might change in the future on my end, maybe. If I got time, I'll drop a link every now and then. But you know, shit weird, man. It's difficult, man. He said onboard schmonboard. Onboard schmonboard. Bob Hunter, you right. Love costs nothing. It doesn't. But people people have to take certain things seriously. And I find like certain things are dismissed and played and taken in a comedic way. Like if folks are complaining, if people are raising concerns with this founder, he'll tell you that you're blocked or you're an idiot or you know you're a dumb dumb. Basically, insult people who invested in whatever he got going on. Nothing loving there because I think he lacks self love. Nothing loving with that. Nothing respectful with that. Like I'm at the bottom of the pyramid with the rest of the debt slaves. This motherfucker put him in a position to create a situation where you're now the head of everything you got going on, and you got boatload of money, and you show absolute fake love. Fuck being a fake Mexican. He shows fake love, fake love. Your thing went from 38% average to 4%. Shout out to ENJ. 4%. ENJ, I gotta give you a wrench, man. 4% on both chains. Where's the incentive? And I always think about this shit too. What about the communities that, the sub communities that build coins to attach to Hex? Like, people, where are we going with this? Where are we going? Yeah, ENJ, I gotta give you. He said, "What an honor." Yeah, I gotta give you a wrench, bro. Like when I get a chance, I'll give you a wrench. Let me see if I can try to give you a wrench right now. But it's really, really, really nasty work. It's deplorable work, like on his part, and the bad actors who continuously pillage and steal and extract. It's nasty work. And the fact that this guy doesn't call him out, and then people want to tell you that this is still a shakeout. This is still a shakeout. Remember, it was 52-week shakeout. Now, if it has been way over 52 weeks, and it's still him shaking people out because they got nothing else to go for. No one cares about your damn tablet shit, movement, volunteering. You shout on all the EOS people that volunteered for EOS, talking about that they're dumb idiots for volunteering to pump their bags because it doesn't make sense. This is him saying it doesn't make sense to volunteer when the people gave him billions of dollars already. And what this motherfucker did this year, begged people to volunteer after motherfuckers gave you billions of dollars. After people gave him billions of dollars. Bob Hunter, appreciate that. Inside every one of us is a point of love, kindness, and peace. Don't let the distractions of this world distract you from your fundamental nature. Scotland. I, I, well received. Well received. Peace and blessings to you too. And may you continue to live in that great energy that you just delivered in this message, y'all. Appreciate you. Look, as far as like when the pain ends here, ENJ Dub, bruh, it really is right now. It is the worst badge. Unfortunately, you're not lying. Unfortunately, you're not lying. It's the absolute worst badge to have right now. Like as far as like, yeah, nah. Like I don't know when it's gonna end. That's why he's trying to prove. I guess the only way in his distorted head is, and I say that disrespectfully too, because I don't like that guy. I don't like him. I don't like the founder. Period. I don't like him. Don't respect him. He's shown nothing but absolute disrespect and dishonest, dishonesty. He's been completely dishonest and fraudulent. You know what I'm saying? And you're supposed to be a man. You're supposed to be a man. The community just donated 4 years ago over $1.6 billion, and you're moving in a certain way that presents fear, that presents a certain level of cowardice. No one asked you to be no damn giving tree in this world, bro. You called yourself that. You exalted and praised and nominated yourself to be a savior, some type of hero. I don't like this motherfucker, bro. Because look what he's done. I don't like him. Period. I respected once he did the 10,000x manipulation. I was like, damn, I was wrong. I could have been wrong about dude. Shit, man, I probably had it all the way wrong. So I figured, all right, let me take a gamble and learn about this whole hex situation right here. Get familiar with the community, get familiar with goings on of the goings on, the internet culture, sacrifice post, chain post, sex, this and that. Y'all see what I've done. And then it turned out for this. Yeah, like you just abandon the whole situation and think it's cool and you could talk shit on the internet and then want to ask people for more money after gave you billions. Bro, serious? And when I say billions, I mean that because people remember the adoption amplifier with all that Ethereum he got? Separate from the post-chain sacrifice. Like, really? No, this motherfucker was a gambler. This dude used to trade. If you were so fucking rich, sir, why are you crying? Why is this documentation of you crying about the status of what Bitcoin is did and what it's not? It no longer is what you thought it was. And you crying in front of another man on the internet. Because the dude used to trade shit. Used to talk openly to people about your history in South America and the bad experience you had in a country in South America where you started out rich and then you ended up not so fucking rich because you were a gambler, bro. You gambled and took risks, huh? With your well-being, with your fucking life. And you're the one that's talking about self-help, lifelong extension, life extension technology and shit. Self-help, self-growth, improving. You a life coach. You're a fraud, bro. I don't like that guy. He's a hypocrite, a liar, piece of shit. That's a fact. It's a fact. What you talking about? Like, it's just what it is. I don't sugarcoat. It's real talk. Like, I don't sugarcoat. Most of my talk been real. 99% of the time, real fucking, this is what it is. You grifted. Like, people believe in this dude. People believe in this guy, yo. There's some people that hurt themselves. They no longer live anymore. Allegedly because of what took place on post chain, like the poor performance of everything on the chain. Like, folks couldn't even deal with it anymore. They took their own lives allegedly because of that. Not alleged, that's it. Folks saw the people in the community, RIP, RIP, RIP. So there's nothing to like here. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing to like. Where's the love? Where really? You want to talk about love? Where's the love in that? You don't respect how people had goals. Like, I wanted to not just help me because I'm not a selfish prick like he is. I'm not a greedy piece of shit like he is. Cheap piece of shit like he is. I'm not that. Oh, free airdrop. None of that shit was free. That's the rules. That's the mirage. That's the game. That's the fantasy that people play. Oh, free airdrop.